I thank him for the gift that he gave me, which is the gift of song.
So I sat down and I started singing him, Old Man River, that old man river.
It is intrinsic. My voice is given to me through him.
If you're that good, why are you doing this?
And isn't that a beautiful thing? Hello, everyone. It's Kaz, founder of the Urban Hussar and the Facebook community Beards, Barbells, and Banter. You know who it is. And today we're going to watch this story together. It's in the face within the story you might find familiar. It is the face of myself. And basically it's a story in a local news station here in Ottawa on CTV News. And I didn't think much would come of it. I've been interviewed many times before. Nothing really comes of it for the most part. But then I kind of realized once it aired and people were starting to recognize me on the street, I was like, wow, yeah, CTV News is actually becoming pretty big these days. 5 years ago, their camera quality was awful. No one really watched it. But nowadays, the population of Ottawa is about 1 million. The viewership is climbing. Pretty much everyone in Ottawa watches CTV News for, the weather and stuff like that. So it actually got a lot of exposure. And so... And when people go like, hey, dude, you were on CTV, nice story. I'm like, yeah, well, it was incredibly well put together. But, on my part, there was a lot of cringy stuff going on. And don't get me wrong, again, incredibly well put together. The man that interviewed me, Joel Haslam, my God, his ability to just connect with someone, connect with somebody's soul and get those really emotional tidbits out. Like, wow, he was really, really good at that. And, this is not to discredit CTV News whatsoever. It's all on me and just, my personal opinions and what I think should have made it into the video. I think my main complaint with the way this story was done, and again, they got what they wanted out of it, and that's totally fine, but I kind of wish they had pointed, everyone in the direction of where they could find this kind of stuff from me. And, so let's watch it together.
Lots of people listen to music when they work, but very few make that music. Tonight, CTV's Joel Haslam is on the job with someone who does and gives a polished performance every time.
A luxury apartment basks in the glow of festive lights, the sparkle of the season brought to life outside. Inside, someone's taking a shine to this building too. Not in...
I love that part. Again, the story was really well put together, but maybe volume down on that part would have been better. Anyway, let's keep going.
Whether doing windows or floors, Kaz always delivers a polished performance. And not just with his broom or mop. Kaz is a crooning cleaner. A song in his heart that just has to come out.
Sometimes I'm just walking around and people can very clearly hear me and they come around the corner. Who is that?
Kaz gets the same question from all his fans here.
If you're that good, why are you doing this?
I can't believe.
It's pretty funny because she approached me today, actually, and she was like, I had no idea I was going to be on the news. And I was like, I didn't either. And actually, she didn't know that she was being recorded at all. I told her the first time, I was like, yeah, we're being recorded. And that was the second time she approached me while I was singing around, sweeping around, singing Daddy Boy, oh, call me back. And she comes up, she's like, why are you doing this? And, guys, I get that a lot, actually. People hear me sing when I'm walking around the building. And I have no shame about being a cleaner, Obviously, eventually, I want to run this channel full-time. Maybe I'll do a part-time job every here and there. But eventually, I want this thing to be a full-time gig. And that's one of the things I wish to kind of focused on within this story. My aspirations as a human being, rather as to what I am right now. But and within the interview, we actually talk about, like, are you ashamed to be a cleaner? And I said, like, no, I think it's a stepping stone to greater things. You know, I have to make money, you know, as I build this channel, and as I build my second channel, which is pretty much non-existent right now, Urban Hazar Music. And, well, I'll get into that in a second. It's going to be real spicy.
Believe that you are, you know, cleaning. Like, why aren't you on the stage? La Capriola.
Kaz just started singing seriously 3 years ago when he walked into David McAdam's vocal.
I don't know if you guys heard that, but I started that song at way too high of a key, you know. It's a little too high. I would probably go, that would have been a little bit better. The original is more, you know, a little closer to the original key, but, you know, I can't typically sing that song for the most part. It's more of a baritone piece. But anyway.
Adam's Vocal Academy.
So I sat down and I started singing him, you know, Old Man River, that old man river. And he goes, okay. Far over the misty mountains cold.
Within 3 months, he was getting paid gigs in churches. He's a bass soloist with the Dominion Chalmers Choir.
Through dungeons deep.
But Kaz questions if his gift, his voice, is his.
They do this next part really, really nicely, and I thank you, CTV News, for this next part. It's a wonderful. It is a wonderful tribute to my grandfather. Thank you.
It's not my voice. It's the voice of my grandfather, you know, flowing through me.
His grandfather, who died when Kaz was in 8th grade, was a tenor, a proud keeper of Lithuanian folk songs banned under Soviet rule. His grandpa secretly memorized 300 of those songs, brought them to America. Now Kaz keeps them alive.
I'm working for him.
So yeah, this is one of my greatest passions in life, and the music of every other genre of music, Lithuanian folk songs resonate with me on such a high level, because let's put it this way, but my grandfather dedicated his entire life to reviving the songs of, you know, the land of his mother and the land of his father, you know, the land of songs he came from in Lithuania on a farm in Makava. And, you know, I wish they had gotten a little into where I was going to be reviving these songs. And that will likely be on my second channel, Urban Hazar Music. I'm going to link it up here. And yeah, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be recording a lot of Lithuanian folk songs, some of my grandfather's that he revived, and a couple of others from some other artists. And I'll probably also be doing some, you know, Italian folk songs, you know, the songs of the Alps. And also things like Cossack folk songs, and you know, your ordinary cover every now and again. But I really want to start reliving my grandfather's legacy, because he truly was an amazing man, and I thank him for the gift that he gave me, which is the gift of song, and the ability to, with basically no training whatsoever. I've been trained for about 3 years now, but I could sing before that, and it is intrinsic. My voice is given to me through him, and isn't that a beautiful thing? And another thing that I wish they had put into the video here is the fact that I mentioned that my grandfather was a tenor. I myself am a bass, and my grandfather always wished that he was a bass. So I kind of put it together as, you know, like it would be a sin not to carry on his legacy, you know, because I have the vocal type that he always wanted, you know, and I think that's really special. So let's continue.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas.
And at this time of year, he's sharing his musical gift with other in-house musicians at Les Terrasses, impressing accomplished performers like Jim Bruff, a former member of the RCMP band who's played for presidents, prime ministers, and recording artists.
Jim's a real nice guy. I really enjoy playing with him. We actually had a little bit of a performance together. You know, I was singing some, you know, Christmas carols, and I think it was on Holy Night. You know, we were just singing, "Holy night, the stars are brightly shining." And when we got to "Fall on your knees," he just turns around. He goes, "Wow, I have to accompany you more." And this man has played everywhere, and that was such a heartwarming moment, you know, to experience. So, you know, I hope to play with Jim in the future.
Says he's thrilled to accompany Kaz.
He accompanied Celine Dion, you know.
Right there I go, "Sleigh bells in the snow," and hope they. I wish they had put up the volume a little higher so you could hear that, you know, that low note ringing through there.
And coming from him, that's wow, you know.
Gratitude for a voice, a gift at any time of year.
And may all your Christmases be white.
I'm Joel Hasler for Regional Contact.
Yeah, so no, overall I think it was a wonderful story, and you know, they got the story that they wanted, which is, you know, a man who is a crooning cleaner, a man who cleans, but is also a classical singer on the side. It's a very heartwarming story. I just really wish that you know, a little more would have been added in about, you know, where I was going to be reviving these folk songs and why. Not just, you know, I'm forwarding, you know, my grandfather's message, but, you know, I talked a lot about my grandfather in that interview, and I think there was a lot of great tidbits that they could have put in, but, you know, such is life. I think overall it was a great story, and hopefully you guys enjoyed it, so please like, share, subscribe, and have a wonderful night, guys.